It is my pleasure to introduce the final candidate for Youth of the Year, Sadye Jane Patterson. The last time I gave a speech about Sadye was last spring when she won Novice Debater of the Year, and I cried a lot during that speech. And for the sake of Sadye and the rest of you, I'll try not to shed any tears tonight, but there's no guarantees. Sadye has competed on both my debate and forensics team, and she gets really nervous before every single tournament, but she always manages to receive an award. She's really talented in athletics. Sadye, don't you cry. She's very talented in athletics, academics, and she also has great moral character. You can always bank on her to make the right choice in a situation, always. Watching her confidence grow over the past year and a half has been a blessing, and I'm absolutely honored to get to work with her daily. Whether it's a team, a classroom, her church, her family, or the Boys and Girls Club, she's the type of person that just genuinely always makes the world a better place. Sadye is a sophomore at Hutchinson High School, and she's been a member of the Boys and Girls Club since kindergarten. She's a vision leader for the club, a student council member, and she leads a small group at her church. Please join me in a round of applause as we welcome her to the stage.
I've been a Boys and Girls Club kid for my entire life. I'm not joking. My dad, Lance Patterson, is Director of Operations for Boys and Girls Clubs of Hutchinson. Dad says I was at the club with him when I was a week old, but I remember being around the club since I was 4 years old, and all the vision leaders know me as Lance's daughter. Miss Brenda and Miss Margot have been in my life for a long time, and they've made a big impact on me. They're like my second moms. I know I can go to them with any problems I have, and they will help me. Last year, Miss Margot even signed up to judge debate when I asked her to, even though she knows nothing about debate. I'm lucky to have people like them in my life. 12 years later, I realized that the club is a place where I truly belong, and I want to find ways to help others feel the same way in everything I do. I've experienced that same sense of belonging on the cross-country team at Hutch High, and I've been able to practice what the club taught me. My freshman season was amazing, not because we won, but because we became such good friends and had fun together. Our families hosted team dinners, and we hung out together after our Saturday meets. Kiki, a German foreign exchange student, joined the team and introduced me to 4 other exchange students. For the rest of the year, I connected them to my friends, and by the end of the year, it was hard for us to see them leave. At a race this season during my sophomore year, I noticed a girl from another school who didn't have teammates to pray with before the race. I invited her to join me and my team, and before I knew what was happening, all the runners were praying in our circle. These experiences have made me realize that I'm good at bringing people together, and it's a skill I could use in my future career. As a vision leader here at the club, I get to practice my teaching skills and use what I've learned about the importance of belonging. My goal is to create the best experience for all the members of the club, just like others did for me. My first job was as a soccer coach for the little kids during the summer. Do you know how hard it is to control 30 kids while teaching them a sport they may or may not know how to play? That job really challenged me to find different ways to teach games and new activities to the kids. Then during the school year, I worked with Miss Margot at the front desk. My responsibilities included learning all the kids' names and making them feel welcome. Of course, if you ask Miss Margot, she will tell you I was also great at keeping the front desk clean and organized. Last summer, I was a vision leader in the program room where I taught the kids to be great. During lunch, I did hair for some of the girls or sent pieces of candy to the boys. Now I work in the games room and lead positive action with the 3rd graders. It's a character education program that teaches when you do good, you feel good. I've always belonged to the Boys and Girls Club. That's what Boys and Girls Club does really well every day for me and 300 other kids. Even more importantly, being at the Boys and Girls Club has taught me that I want to impact the lives of kids just like my dad.